I'm Junon. I founded the group back in 2023 because community is something I needed. The group currently has grown to close to 1,100 individuals, from retired individuals, entrepreneurs, business owners, and people that just want to feel inspired and connected. We've partnered with Fox Point Farms every Friday at Feel Good Friday at 9 o'clock. Come join us. It's a beautiful community. Come and feel inspired, feel supported, and maybe you can inspire someone too. Let's connect. Welcome to the Heart of the Matter podcast. I'm Junon.
I'm Carol Ye Garner, and we've got Pascal Besset, the
Pascal
owner
Besset.
of Savory Farms.
Yes, and thank you. And we want to thank our sponsor, Bub's Natural. Thank you, Sean Lake. And here's a gift for you, collagen peptide.
Oh, nice.
And apple cider vinegar gummies. Appreciate that.
Oh, wow. Thank you
We
very
give
much.
that to every one of our guests, but thank you for being on the show.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That's very touching. I like that idea. And I wanted to start to use this. So it's perfect.
Yeah, it's good.
Perfect gift.
Well, that's why I always say I'm 72, but I look like this because of Bub's Natural. So.
Well, I'm 75.
There it is. Hey, well, thank you for being on. And we always talk about the first thing. We always talk about, how did you hear about the group?
Jonathan.
Oh,
Jonathan. Yeah. And he always pushed me in different direction. It's like very much like I tried to coach me of be, more risky on putting myself in the front of the camera.
Yeah.
And he's right.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
And he's a good man. So thank you to Jonathan.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. Yeah, I mean, you've been an amazing part of the community. You add a lot of culture to what we have. And yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you to you. Thank you to you.
Yeah. And then Lucelle is on maternity leave. She actually just had her baby yesterday. So thank you, Carol, for filling in.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing all the next episodes for the next 2 months with Carol. So thank you.
Whether she had a boy or a girl?
A boy.
Boy.
Little
boy?
boy. Yep.
First one or?
First one.
Wow.
5 hours. Home.
5
At
hours?
home. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hypnobirthing, right?
Hypnobirthing.
Yeah,
Yep.
which she helped facilitate, right? Or-
Uh-huh.
yeah.
She took my classes.
So she had a baby at home.
Yes.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes well, it's cool.
Yeah. Exactly. We should have put it on camera, though.
Yeah.
But again, thank you for being here. Kind of tell us, obviously, how long you been in San Diego?
I've been in San Diego since 1993.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I left Paris. I was executive chef for the U.S. Embassy in Paris. And then my fiancée at that time is from San Diego. And she became my wife. So I got sponsored by the Ritz-Carlton Laguna Niguel to move over the Ritz-Carlton. And then they sponsored me. And then I moved to San Diego in 1993.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, San Diego is an amazing place. Well, so you said you were the executive chef. Or did you grow up in the restaurant industry?
Oh, yeah, no. Well, since I'm a child, I always think about when I see an animal crossing the road or the street or somewhere, how I can roast them or cook them. So it's always being and it's still the same thing. If I say, oh yeah, that would be nice this way, that way. I don't know why, it's in my head. And my family, my mom cooks very well. My dad used to cook very well. And we had an uncle with a restaurant in Juan-les-Pins near Cap d'Antibes. And I did my cooking school when I was 16, and I graduated early with 2 degrees, and then I worked in 5-star hotel right away.
Really?
Because I was competent in the kitchen, I also won the prizes with my graduation, doing some competition, and then so the chef from the Hotel Hermitage in Monaco, which is the second best hotel in Monaco, hired me for the first time, and I worked with 5-star hotel most of my life until I moved to San Diego, basically. And so I always spend my life in the food service, and it's something that excites me, work with my brain, and apparently I was good and fast, and so
because that's rare. I mean, it sounds like you started off pretty hot in the beginning. I mean, from right away at 16 on, is it?
Yeah. And
usually people have to go through a long process.
I went through a process, but instead of doing 5 years, I was able to do it in 2 years. So I worked harder. And then I graduated with CEP, which is a professional certification, and a BEP with a brevet education professional in France. But instead of doing it in 5 years, I did it in 2 years. So you have to put more hours and so on, and no vacation, and no this and no that. And I did it. And I like the speed that I went through. And I was also pushed by chef. Chef place you after you do your cursus with them, that they send you to another hotel, so you become more and more performant. And that's what happened. So I work at the Hotel Eden Rock in the Cap d'Antibes, which is the top 10 hotel in the world and top 1 in Europe. I work at Hotel Hermitage. I work at the Hotel de Crillon, Place de la Concorde. I worked for the U.S. Embassy, where I was executive chef. So I had a strong background in classic French gourmet food. And then I moved to the United States, worked for the Ritz-Carlton, not as a chef, I was a saucier, specialized in sauce. But I didn't feel the same love in the United States with the way the food works. And I wanted to raise a family. So I got married, had 2 kids, and I quit with the food service. But I started gourmet food importation and distribution in Los Angeles, and then lost that in my divorce, start my new Savory Farm and Angel Salumi business, and here we are. So this is what I like to do. I like to find ingredients, raw ingredients. I'm talking from a farmer and finish the products and putting on the table in somebody's house. That's my dream. That's what I love to do. When people send me pictures of my products in New York or Florida or somewhere in Texas, I'm like, yeah, we did it.
Well, it's amazing because it's always, we always talk about on the podcast about legacy and the impact you make.
Yeah.
And the impact you're making, it's global.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we sell only in the United States because we don't have the capacity to export anyway. But what we do, I did some contests in France and competition, and I won gold medal with my black truffle salami or that white truffle salami. I got a silver medal. I got other medals with other products. So we know how to make salami in California.
Wow.
And if you go on ChatGPT, which I don't own, I wish I did, you can verify that we have 5 or 6 salami. We're the top one in the United States. And we're very small. But because we use natural fermentation, natural casing, we use higher grade of meat, we use Berkshire, we use elk, venison, duck, and so on, we are recognized. We're the only one to make duck prosciutto, for example, or wild boar prosciutto, or 100% wild boar salami, or black truffle salami with 5% truffles, not 0.5%. So our products have very distinctive flavor. And it's not because they are more sophisticated, they are more expensive. They are not. When you compare our products side by side with other manufacturers in the United States, and we have a higher grade and we have the same price. I'm not greedy as a point of, and I'm also expanding the business, so it's part of our strategy. And I don't like to spend money in marketing as much. I rather spend the money in the quality, and the word of mouth creates this natural growth that you keep having versus spending a fortune in developing marketing that sometimes doesn't pan out if you cannot follow through. So I try to really make the products taste good, be at the right price, right presentation, and learn from our mistakes. And so far, so good.
All right, we've done a great job of branding the group and Heart of the Matter. We've grown to close to 600 people. Now, how do we market this? How do we get out there? Do we do SEO? How do we get the news out there?
Coast News Group.
So tell someone who doesn't know anything about what Savory Farms is, because it's multiple things.
Yeah, so Savory Farm, it's an extension of Angel Salumi. I realized that people wanted to have more communications. When you go to a retail store now, you have a credit card, you go on a fast track if you want to pay out by yourself. Nobody knows you. Nobody is supposed to know you. And they are polite, but there's no communication. And many people, with the way we function today, are more isolated. And so when they come here, we talk to them, we advise them, and they love that.
It's that extra touch, yes.
But also that's part of what we want to do. It's also, I want to know what people like, and when they come back, they remember what they bought, or they like it, they tell me, and then they make comments, and then we grow from that. So I wanted to create something, an extension of Angel Salumi. So we sell dry cured meat, and we offer charcuterie board and cheese board and so on in Savory Farm. But I wanted to create something where people, when they have friends coming home, they have one-stop shopping. We do the wine, charcuterie board, cheese board, we do the bakery, we do the pastry, we do the protein from the land, grass-fed, usually from New Zealand or Australia. We want something clean. We have also rabbit or chickens, well, not genetically modified. We have wild seafood. Also, if you want Dover sole or caviar, we have it. We import fresh truffle, so we have it. So there's not very much store in San Diego where you can get all that. Actually, I don't know any other. And I really want to create a little chain with that in San Diego, and then after that, move a national way with maybe franchising or other solutions. But my idea was for people to come and one-stop shopping for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and the party. Because life can be delicious. You just have to choose the right ingredients.
Right.
And if you don't know how to cook, then we can do something for you. So we have a catering company that now is coming forward through Savory Farms. So we offer a catering menu for corporates or for your home. And I think people really like that. They're like, and we don't want to be super sophisticated, but we want to be very European, very French or Italian or Spanish, but we want to be in the right price point. Like you're not going to break the bank to have a party, between the wine and the appetizer and the protein and maybe a soup or something else that people would choose. They spend $30, $35 per person. If you go to a restaurant, it's $150 at least.
Sure.
So people who have big homes, and there's a lot of people in this area with big houses, they like now to entertain at home, but they need some help. So that's why we're here. We can bring them a little bit more comfort in receiving friends at home, and they may have to cook the protein. We have the sauce. If they have to cook the veggie, we have some roasted carrots or potatoes or so on, and we're going to grow in the direction. We offer truffle mashed potato, for example, which is, very yummy.
I'm getting hungry.
We offer truffle macaroni and cheese. We offer lasagne, whatever the beef or chicken. We have halal food. Some people want halal meat. We do have that. So we want to really englobe everybody and make sure that people have a delicious life, because eating at home with your friends, to me, is the best. I'd rather have a dinner with 6 or 8 friends at home than to go to a restaurant.
Yes.
Well, I'm a chef. Yeah, okay, it's easier for me, but the intimacy is much, much better.
Yes. The conversation, the connection you can have with the food and the people.
And I like to see value in what I eat.
Yeah. Right.
Today, the value in restaurant in San Diego County is a little bit off.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault, but it's what it is. And it's not about can you pay it? Is it exactly what I want to spend $150 or $200 for? What exactly would I get from it?
Right.
So it's a ratio that I thought would work in our favor with Savory Farm, in the favor of our customer.
Yeah, it's amazing because I grew up in the restaurant industry as well. And the thing that my father, that I did take from him, is that he knew everyone's name. He would go to table, and he taught me too to speak to everybody, go up to them, how was your dinner, and get to know them, and really get to know them and talk about, hey, how are the kids doing? How's this? And that makes that personal touch. And that's why we were busy. And people keep coming back. Their kids come back because it's that connection. I love that you have that. Did you have a mentor? Because obviously you're a genius in the kitchen, but not a lot of people that are good at one thing are good at the business side of things. Like, you seem very forward thinking as far as the business, the concept, the layout. Did you have somebody, a mentor on the business side? Because you're capable of doing both.
When I work in Paris, I worked for a group of restaurants that was the Bistro Grill restaurants, and there was 5 owners, and they had 3 very busy restaurants, and I become executive chef for them, and they showed me everything around. So they were putting me in every different situations and developing software with them, developing equipment for the point of sale, doing the recipe, doing the purchasing. And in a year and a half in Paris, they're like, I saved them 6% of all the purchase, save payrolls and so on. They're like, you want to open a restaurant with us? I'm like, sure. That's why we bought a restaurant in Sarcelles outside Paris. So yes, I had a mentor, I would say, at that point. And I think people saw in me what I didn't know about myself. They saw potential, so they always placed me where they thought I was going to learn best. And when you work in a food service in France, usually you do 2 shifts. It's not 1 shift. So you work for the morning, 5-6 hours, and you come back in the evening for 5-6 hours. If you're lucky, it's only 6 hours. And then you work twice as much, twice as fast. And I like that. So the mentor came from very good executive chef that I work with, and some are still my friends. So yeah, I did have some good mentors, like Arnaud Poet. He was a chef at the Hotel Eden Rock in Cap d'Antibes. He's a friend, and people like that really, helped me. Or a friend of my dad, Cesar Merlino, he passed away, but he was like a master charcutier. And he gave me all his recipes and gave me some advice. And I love that. To me, it's exciting. So yeah, I had some good mentor.
So what made you decide to open Savory Farms in the format that it is versus opening up a restaurant or like a retail?
Restaurant is I don't know what to do, but in this part of the world where we are, you can open a restaurant in this location. This is a warehouse. And why a warehouse? Because it's a Class M building, and we can sell our product and other products. The location was very important because the rent is very cheap compared to a normal retail store. And so we can pass on that saving to the consumer. And that's why our wine or all the products that we have, people say, wow, you're not expensive. I'm like, well, thank you. We can raise it for you if you want to. But bottom line is, to me, it was important to have that price point and be able to expand. So the room that we are in will be in the future a kitchen. So right now, an USDA kitchen. So we will have production where you are standing will be a kitchen. We will have dry rooms and we will have slicing rooms capacity and so on. I like the area. There's a lot of businesses around us. We have the golf company around us. We have Viasat. We have all the biotech company. These people love food. They travel. They come here. They purchase things that they met in Europe, in Spain, or Portugal, or France. And they're like, oh, you have that? I love it. I love it. I miss it. So the location was a little bit of strategy. I wanted to be, and next door, we have Angel Salumi. So my distribution center is next door. So being side by side helped a lot. Financially also, and because of the relationship we already had with clients that came to the little store that Angel Salumi had before, then they come now to Savory Farms. It was just strategic and price points.
Amazing. He has an MBA in business and business strategy. It's amazing because it's true with the Viasat, all the major companies are here and they're always throwing events. They're always throwing parties. So this is a perfect place to come.
And they're nice people. I mean, our neighborhood, we really have nice people. That's very interesting how people are so happy and they come back and they bring their family, they bring their mother, they bring their sister. It's word of mouth. We really grow that fast because of the relationship that we have and the connection we have with the people. We have people retired from South Africa and they know Europe. They travel and they're like, you have no idea. And these people are, 75, 80 years old. They are bored.
Right.
And they come here, they can walk 10 yards.
Right.
From the parking to the entry, and they love the fact that there's nobody and we can talk to them. And they can choose and we give them a seat and they can take the time to think about it. Everybody has to enjoy life, right?
Yeah.
And then the longer you can, the better it is. So we see a lot of clients coming here because of that facility. It's easy for them to come in and out. And that was important to me.
Yeah, and I saw it too. I saw a lot of people that work in the business complex here, and they just came in, stopped by. Everybody knew their names. They were like joking around. I mean, it really does feel like you're at like a market in your neighborhood.
Exactly. That's what we want.
Hey, can you believe we have 336 members now of the group?
I know. Crazy
growing
how
so much.
fast that was actually in a
Let's
year.
celebrate.
Okay, you're always wanting, look at that. Look how quick he is to celebrate.
Well, we have to celebrate.
What are you looking for though?
So that corkscrew.
Tune. Los Cuernos. No corkscrew needed. What do you want? You want a rosé? Red. Another red. But you want Chardonnay, I'm sure.
Chardonnay, just
Pop that open.
Yeah. I love that also your ingredient. I'm kind of an ingredient snob when it comes to certain things. So I love that you have the meats from New Zealand and that, there's no GMOs, there's no pesticides, there's no
we want grass-fed
hormones, all those.
Most of the meat we have is grass-fed and free range. It's very important. People don't realize it. Unless they start to see the doctor, they maybe think about it differently, but it's so important. And the fish that we have are wild. We try to always bring something healthy to everybody. And at the right price.
Yeah,
people look at
that's huge.
the cost.
It tends to be crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy. We have pricing on some of the patty that we have. We are less expensive or the same price than even Costco because we buy directly. We have a direct access to the producer. That's why I buy my meat from producers. So we have that advantage. We cut the middleman.
Wow.
So you have to buy quantities. That's why we have freezers.
Yeah.
We have to buy quantities to get that benefits, but it's very important.
Right. Yeah. The audience will see the tour. I mean, this is a lot bigger than what it looks like right now, but even the products, like you said, because typically, and we've had previous podcasts where we talked about like the health of foods out there.
Yeah.
And people think if it says organic and it says healthy and it's organic. It's not true. So it's amazing that you actually take care in the products that you serve,
and I test everything. So everything that we sell, we test it. And I don't listen just to myself. I always have all my staff. We do a testing moment. We bring several products.
Call us next time.
But I do it all the time. Like we just made a new sandwich yesterday with Lonzino, which is a Berkshire loin dry cured with herbs. And we make this new sandwich. we made it 1 time, 2 times, fix it, have everybody testing it, and then they give their opinion. So I know my flavor profile, I know my taste bud, but I want to make sure that, 80-20 rules works always. So I'm not the only one making decision. I want everybody to participate, and I do that systematically. First of all, because they engage my staff, they take responsibility, but also I trust their knowledge. Like we have a foodie, Madison, you met her earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a foodie. If I tell her, can you try that? Okay, Pascal, fine. She try, and she has good palates. So you want to train people who work in the same group to be able to identify the best flavor profile. And they see the reaction with the clients. They see what works, what doesn't work. And then they come back to me, say, people don't like this, they like that. So we adjust some sandwiches, we adjust some food, we transform items, we make sure that the price point is right. And it's important. I always ask my staff. It's very important to me.
That's amazing. We always talk about leadership too on the podcast. I mean, that's why we call it Heart of the Matter, but that shows great leadership. The fact that you include your staff, they're an integral part, but it's because of the leadership. I mean, your culture has been passed on.
We have a very good team. I can tell you the people working, the oldest one is 8 years old now, Rubin, but he had a restaurant also. He's a Mexican gentleman, but he had a restaurant. A lot of staff, they've been here for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and they are solid. And when it's somebody that they don't care for, they don't say anything to me directly, but I can tell you.
Oh.
And then as soon as I remove that person, they're like, thank you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they want people
like
to collaborate the best that
right?
they can, and that's what I tell everybody. You will make mistake, fix it, don't do it again. I never yell to them. Never that. People are like, why? You made a mistake. We understand.
It's amazing.
Fix it. Don't come back to it, and then move in that direction. But if you are not doing your job as much and expect somebody else to do it for you, that creates, there's a downfall in the desire to perform, and so I rather eliminate people.
I love it. That's great. I mean, because, I watch a lot of the cooking shows and you see a lot of the chefs and they're yelling. They're yelling at everybody and people are scared of them. And you could tell that they're scared of making a mistake. Yeah. What inevitably happens is they make a mistake. Because if somebody's watching
they're
you,
so focused.
you're going to make. And
when I grew up in the kitchen, we were like that. I mean, it was like, the Marines, very, very physical and very stressful. And then he changed also in France. Now you don't yell at people. And if you do yell, you will be having problems. But there's no point. If you give to people the right information and they screwed up, then you have 2 options. You correct them one more time, or you replace them.
Sure.
So I'm very open to make people, and I don't push people where they don't belong. I try to use people's quality and enhance their quality so they feel confident, they build themselves up, and then they can work on the thing that they maybe can fix without my help. But if they don't, then I won't use that part of their personality. I will use the part of the personality who does make sense to them and me and for the business. So, and I don't corner people to do something that they are not capable of doing. It makes no sense.
I feel like you need to create your own podcast or your own course to be able to teach people how to run a business. That's amazing.
Well, I love, when I was a chef or executive chef or sous chef, is to take somebody who was the beginner and then bring them up to speed in 6 months. And they're like, wow, now I can do all that. Yeah, well, you make people become better and better and better without pushing them
That's
down.
your legacy. That's amazing.
I don't like being pushed
I agree. That's why I always use jiu-jitsu as an example, but I love, as being a black belt, I love having a white belt come in and they're scared. They don't know what to do. They're making mistakes. And little by little, I show them. And I always tell everyone, I'm like, I can't wait till you tap me. I can't wait till you submit me. Because if I do that and you do submit me,
you succeed.
I've done my job.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah. You want to raise people the higher that you can. And surround yourself with people who are better than what you do.
Yeah.
This thing that I don't like to do.
Yes.
So I surround myself with people who will do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I like to do it and do it better than I will do. Otherwise, you can never grow.
It's true. That's why I have Lisa and I have Carol. They're better than me. How good was that episode?
So good. Let's celebrate.
Where do you want to go?
JoJo's Creamery.
Ooh, my favorite. Look at all the flavors.
They even have vegan.
Ooh, awesome.
Hi, welcome in, you guys.
Hi, thank you. How are you?
Good. Is there anything I can get started for you?
My go-to is peanut butter cup and coconut almonds.
So I'm going to do coconut mounds in a cup, please.
All right, that'll be $15.85.
All right. Wait, my wallet.
June, you can use reed pegs.
Oh, that's right.
And you guys get 2 free cookies with those.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Reed pegs is so easy to use. Thanks a lot. Wow, this
What's
is-
like a challenge that you've had to face as a business owner?
The administration, but mostly it's in my industry, we buy meat ahead of the game. So some of the animals that we purchase, like duck meat or Berkshire or wild boar, they're not available all year long. Seasonal, the season change, the fat content, or sometimes they don't even harvest Berkshire pork in July and August because it's too hot. So we buy from a small farm, for example, and then they have 40 different producers in the same area, but small 60 to 90 pig farms. So when they don't have the meat, you have to buy it. So you have to have the cash flow is a big will be the most challenging things is to manage cash flow. Like we buy duck meat, it's $25,000, $30,000 purchase every time, and same for the Berkshire, or same for the elk, same for the venison. So the cash flow is what was the most challenging part in what I do, is to be able to buy 90 days, 220 days before you're going to start to sell the products. And at the meantime, you have to produce again and again and again. Otherwise, you'll be out of stock 4 months later. So the cash flow is what the most difficult part. So learning how to manage your finance is the most tricky part. And then plus we develop new products all the time. Like we have a new line of butters that we made, a blueberry butter, wild blueberry butter, raspberry seedless and strawberry seedless or vanilla butter, to be spread on the bread like a butter and jam, but without the jam. So you have the flavor without the sugar. Stuff like that require cash.
Yeah.
Because you make a product, then you have to do the packaging, the marketing. So I would say the big difficulty for us is always the cash. We're not in cash positive business. The store, Savory Farm is, but Angel Salome is not. So the store is going to help me also now to bring positive cash flow, because usually you sell your product before you start to pay your vendors. The wine is a little bit different, but that's what it is. So.
Right. And tell me a little bit about the wine, because you had kind of explained it when we first came in.
Sean Fisher is our sommelier, and Sean, I know him for 30 years, and he's very good at what he does. I think when Bill Gates is in town, he's the guy who does the selection for Bill Gates.
Wow.
Sean has a very good palate, and also very sharp with prices. So when you look at the wine, it's like, okay, this is good, but what is the price? And can we sell it or not? Is it worth it for the client? So it's very, very concerned with the price points. What you find on the market, how much we're going to sell it, is the consumer going to react positively or not? And so he does a very good job. Last week we did like 14 different wine tasting on Friday, so I was a little off.
Yeah.
Because I don't spit.
Yeah.
No.
Some people do, I can't.
No.
I'm like, yeah, it's sacrifice. okay, one more. No. But so the wine selection, I wanted to have 100 different wine because there's enough label to remember. And when you have more, very few people remember which bottle they bought. And often people select a wine, especially the ladies, because of the label, not because of the content. They say, okay, Sauvignon Blanc, I like the kangaroo or the giraffe. No, we buy the wine because it's the right value for the flavor that we want and the quality that we want. And that's very important. That's why we do this wine selection. So we have bubbles, whatever they're from Spain or France or Italy, the sparkling wines or the champagne. And we have rosé from south of France. And then we have the white wine from Burgundy, from Loire Valley, from Italy, and from Germany as well. And then we have the red wine from California, white wine from California, but we have also a lot of wine from Spain and Italy.
Wow.
And with different degrees of Chianti on the more expensive, well, 80% pure Chianti or a little bit less, depending on how they're mixed. And all that I'm learning it as we go. Sean is teaching me. And it's interesting too. I did 1 year of enology in France when I graduated, but unfortunately they don't give you the wine to taste at the same time. They teach you the grapes, but
Yeah.
that's stupid. They should do class. Well, because the school don't have the budget, number one, but also we are all under 18 years old. And they're not supposedly to give you some wine, but
Right.
I think it's a mistake.
Sure.
You can train the palate without really sucking the wine and drinking the wine, should not use that word, but you should train the palate and then spit it out and train the palate. And it's like a language, it's like music. Then your brain remember the flavor. People say, how do you make your recipe? I say, here in my head. I don't have to, because I know my alphabet of the flavor and aroma that I know. I know how they play, so I can mix them without doing
That's always been amazing to me, how a chef can recreate a dish to have the same flavor every time and through memory. And that's an art.
It's an art, and there's a beginning and the end, and you have to master your recipe. But even for the dry cured meat and salami, when I make my recipe, people say, well, how do you come up with that one? Or I'm like, it's in my head. So it's like somebody write music, it's the same thing. You learn your language. My language is flavor and colors, and so that's it.
We have to patent his brain. I mean, that's amazing. Brandon, what's going on? This is going to be our biggest deal. We can't be down.
I don't know, man. I've been trying to reach tech support for hours now. They're not responding. They said they're probably not going to get back to us for the next couple of days.
Tennessee Tech told you this was going to happen. Let's call them right now. They do the tech support, cybersecurity. They can help us.
Let's do it. All right, team. Great job. Because of Tennessee Tech, we were able to present this and close it. Good job, team. Well, I love the fact that, I mean, literally every detail, even from the construction, everything, it's very well thought. It's not like you just, let's just figure it out. You literally take details and everything. And like you said, your wife was the architect for the front. I mean, there's detail and everything.
So I'm the technique guy, and then she did the decor and the setup. I rebuilt kitchen, for example. When I was in Paris, I used to design kitchen for the group that I used to work for, and to make them very ergonomically working with the space, the time, the heights, to make sure people didn't waste time in moving and walking. Because sometimes when the kitchen is not designed properly, you add too many steps between the products and the guest, or between in the cleaning or in the prep, and so that's where you waste money and payroll. So in Paris, everything is tight because the building a century is old. So you have to adjust your kitchen and your menu based on the space you have, not the other way around. So I designed kitchens. When I worked for the US Embassy in Paris, I redesigned the entire food production because we had 450 people every day. It was the larger American embassy in the world at that time. And we had 450 people, plus the consulate, plus the CIA building with all the computers. And we had banquet and party and so on. And I had to provide food for everybody, up to 3,500 people. So you have to plan. And I redid the kitchen to make it functional.
Wow.
We fired 6 people. Wow, there were 6 people, didn't need them. Because the functionality is very important.
Right.
The access, when you go, you have to have this process in your head, how that kind of function from beginning to the end. And it's very interesting. When you do it well, there's less effort by the staff.
Yeah.
They work better, and everything is smoother.
Smoother, yeah.
And instead of wasting money, it's the commissary, the US Embassy. So you have to be break even with what people spend and what your budget is. They were losing money. When I left, they were making profit. So I like that. I like the functionality.
Every step you've taken in your life seems like it's led to this, and you're like a conductor of a symphony. You're playing certain things and putting it all together, and that's
really and I like that. I like that creativity.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be an architect myself also. I love architecture. That's why I became a chef, because it's an architecture somehow.
The food,
sure.
But I love architecture. That was something that really, rang a bell to me. And many architects came to me, they asked me how to help them to make their kitchen more functional, or to review their plan. If I do this, if I do that, what happened next. And then you have to explain to people, from receiving the products to going to the garbage, what is the route you're going to have to avoid, cross-contamination, to avoid waste of time, to avoid payroll for no reason.
Right.
Many designed by hotels or even casino in Vegas, you see some wrongdoing because somebody in the kitchen didn't know how to explain to the architect not to do that. So, and then you have to redo things, rebuild them, and spend more money.
Yeah, my father had plenty of restaurants, but he never really thought about that. He thought more of the front of the house, not the back of the house.
Yeah.
There was so many times where it was not functional, where that table was or whatever it was, and it's amazing that you
functionality is the key of money. It's like, because chefs are more like no robots, but they are very active, and they need to move fast. So if you give them too many steps, or the distance is not rational, then you're wasting their time, and that frustrates them. And frustration is like people, they leave or you get them fired, or so you have to make things very healthy for them at the same time, like temperature-wise. If it's too hot, it's not healthy. Like I work at the Eden Rock, we used to work for the Cannes Festival. It was 50 degrees Celsius in the kitchen. It's kind of hot.
Yeah.
So you lose a lot of weight and sweats, but then you catch up after. But you have to make sure. But they redid the kitchen, and it's not the case now. The kitchen, they bring some core hair at some station, because, of course, you want everything to be hot on the plates, and leaving the kitchen the right way. But too hot is also, it impounds the health of the people working, or they make them tired, or we're getting tired.
And I feel like that's kind of old school thinking of kind of like we had talked about, the chef used to yell, and this is like a drill sergeant.
Correct.
Now everything has to be ergonomic, everything has to be designed. There has to be an environment that you truly are happy in, because if you're happy, then your product's going to be happy.
Plus, you won't find people working for you anymore.
Right.
Today, the new crowd, we work for the food service in a high level, high standard. They don't want to be yelled at.
Wow,
Some chef like Joël Robuchon was a 12 Michelin star chef, used to yell at these people and then, be very obnoxious and so on. And he get pushed back. And he realized that, okay, he has to change, and he became a much better chef in the kitchen with his own staff also. Many chefs, even at Denrock, the chef that we had, Mr. Poitou, was very vocal. He used to sing opera in the kitchen. He was very good at it. But he was very forceful with his word and his action. And then the chef who came behind, Arnaud, very kind gentleman, very posed, very composed, very direct to you. You got to do that. Can you do it? You say yes, do it. No question asked. But if you screwed up, then And people take it very seriously. When you help people to become the best that they can, they want to do it. It's not like pushing them down. So that's how the new chef, I think, are working more in general in many kitchens.
That's amazing. Well, and the thing too is it's obviously you have to be so creative in creating like the flavors. And I'm sure, people kind of get stuck in like the mundane, so they lose their creativity. Is yours kind of the balance of running a business, creating ideas that you're always inspired, or how do you find inspiration?
I find inspiration actually now a lot on Instagram. There's a lot, because I get a lot of chefs from Europe or United States, and then you find ideas and then you transform the ideas, or people bring new ideas, or sometimes I dream about ideas. But I think the multimedia have a very good source of finding new things and then adding to your line of products or palettes. So I would say the multimedia now are a great source of inspiration.
That's amazing. I wish this podcast was 3 hours long. I have so many more questions. So what's the future for Savory Farms? You had said you were going to open up additional places and kind of make it a chain. Like
we want to open 3 in San Diego County, and then after that we want to franchise or to open with. I have already investors who are interested. We just wanted to make this one running the full speed. We opened in October 7th, so we are still very new. When we have 1 year of existence, we will readjust certain things. We will have way more products to grab and go coming in the next few months, because we're changing some furniture and put some new equipment to do that. We're expanding the kitchen also. We are already starting the construction. That's where I want to be. I mean, creating the Savory Farm and then be able to have it in cities where people can order the charcuterie board, the gift baskets, because we do a lot of gift baskets for corporations, with charcuterie or not, vegetarian or not. If people don't want to eat meat, they don't have to buy meat from us, but we can sell them or make a gift basket for the vegan client or vegetarian customers. Or people want pork-free products. We have pork-free products. So that's where I want to be. To me, this is like my dream come true, and I like what I do. So that's why I work 7 days a week.
I love it. You have your purpose, you have your why. And again, we can taste it, we can feel it. I mean, it's an amazing energy.
Yeah, it shows in all the things that you do. Everything is really perfectly curated and put together and thought out.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, this is amazing. And so the best way to get a hold of you, obviously they're in Carlsbad, look them up. Savory Farms. You can find yourself online as well?
Oh, yeah. Okay. We have several websites, but we're online. We sell through 7 different networks online as well. So we do quite a bit of online sale through Angel Salumi. But Savory Farm also is online, and I think both websites are linked. So if somebody goes to Savory Farm, they will be rerouted to Angel Salumi if they want to place an order. And seriously, so far, I mean, beside opening Savory Farm and then see more customer coming in, that's why we need your help, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Everything is moving in the right direction. It just we want us to be solid. That's the more important thing. And then we can do your party here for your anniversary
party. Anniversary 3-year party is going to be here. It's an amazing place. We'll have it catered.
Yeah, we have one fridge so we can put some cold vino for you.
Oh, amazing. Natron will probably dance. He'll be the showcase. So no, I love it. Thank you so much again. And again, for the audience, if you're following, we always talk about supporting local. This is local. He cares about the community. He cares about the quality of service, the quality of product. I mean, this really is everything that we talk about with the group. So definitely come out to Carlsbad. Go to Savory. What's the website?
Savory.farm.com.
Perfect. Definitely do that. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. I can't wait. You still need your own podcast. You need to have a book, your own school, really, to learn how to really put your heart into something and really believe in it.
There's one thing in the United States, if you work, people want to help you. Right. If you want to give yourself a chance, they will help you. People will really try to, and they respect that.
Yes.
When you work, I work 7 days a week currently, and even my staff, they're like, they know, and they pay attention to it, and they really want us to be successful.
Yes.
It's very interesting. The jealousy is not part of the U.S. culture, very lean compared to where I come from. Here, people are very happy with your success.
Yes.
And that's precious too.
I love it. And again, it's precious to us as well. I appreciate you being part of the group. I always say anything and everything's possible if we work as a community. So we're going to do everything we can to support you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pascal. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Natron.
Thank you, Natron.
If you're interested in being on the podcast, please reach out. If you're looking to sponsor, thank you again, Bubs Natural. We got John Milikowski Tax Law and Edero as sponsors. But again, thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you. All right. It's official. The group's podcast incubator studios is ready. It's fixed. All we need is to soundproof the waiting area, because that's going to become an incubator where we can help businesses. We've helped 92 businesses get started with the group. We're going to kind of multiply that by having a location here and have activity here. The podcast studio here, content wall over there. So if you have products to shoot, I want you to tell your story. I do these 4 coffees intentionally with people every day because I love hearing this story. I want you to tell your story to the public. Let everyone connect with you by telling your story. You're not trying to reach 1 million people. You're trying to reach that one person that you hope you make an impact on. And the podcast is the perfect way. So we will have packages that are set up so it's turnkey, or if you just need the space, if you need guidance, whatever it is, we want to empower you. And we can't wait. A year from now, we're going to have this place full, different content, and we're going to tell everyone's story via the podcast and content. So again, looking forward to this. Reach out to me. Let's get this set up.